Sandhill cranes sure do know how to welcome a body home. Their cacophony sounds like a bar packed with hundreds of happy hour denizens. Their unusually long windpipes coil into the sternum and give the sound of their call lower pitch and richness. Yeah, it's as resonant as a party horn. But after an hour or two of hearing their bugling calls, I decided that the din was more uproar than uplifting. My eardrums were hurting. And I was only hearing 2,000 or 3,000 of the cranes. Imagine the pandemonium if you were on the North Platte River in Nebraska in spring, when 500,000 of these birds stop in, squawking and croaking, to refuel on their way to their northern nesting grounds. 500,000 of them? That's got to be ear-splitting bedlam. Noisy or not, though, these Mardi Gras revelers are welcome. They're the only one of the 15 species of crane that's not endangered or threatened. In November, here in Whitewater Draw in Arizona, near the Mexican border, the birds aren't migrating, they're overwintering. They leave the preserve at dawn each day to find food, mainly seeds and insects, returning around noon to lounge around the rest of the day, snacking a bit and hanging out with their friends. In joyous gaggles of a dozen or two, they cross in front of the Mule Mountains, splitting into smaller groups to land. They hold their wings out like parachutists as they ease themselves onto the ground, and the way they pump their wings reminds me of pulsing jellyfish. The oldest living crane anyone has identified was at least 36 years old. Since these birds mate for life, that would mean that their unions often last a couple of decades or more. Wonder if some of them get bored with each other after all that time. Probably not. Near as I can tell, they're all pretty much alike anyway. Each of these long-legged, long-necked, orange-eyed birds sports a red patch on the forehead and wears on his rump what looks like the bustle on a Victorian lady's dress. In fact, it's called a bustle. And they're all, male and female alike, noisy and gregarious. So as long as your mate's healthy, what's to choose?